for you. Is that good?
Yep.
Great. This way so my back is to you. I'm going to ask that the grandparents say a blessing. Oh, let's give them his. There we go. Back down. We'll give them a little wine early. How's that?
Yes, that's
Do you
true.
agree with this one? Okay. So I'm going to ask that the grandparents say a blessing for their grandson together.
Ready?
Grandma, you going to read with us? Oh, sure.
We
Yes,
are.
come. Okay, wait.
Christian. All this. Okay.
Okay.
We are grateful for new beginnings, for the bond of new life that links one generation to another. Thankful for the blessings of family, for the love and care that brings meaning and happiness to our lives. We rejoice with our children at the birth of our grandchild.
Thank you. So there's a newer tradition, and that's to light candles at a Brit, and it's only spans 500 years as opposed to 4,000, and it's not a requirement at a Brit, but I always like to include it as long as it's not Shabbat. And this candle represents the fact that throughout history, depending on where we've lived at the time or who's ruled over us at the time, this is frequently a celebration that was outlawed or punishable, whether we were living under the Nazis or the ancient Romans, or 500 years ago during the Spanish Inquisition. If you were caught doing a Brit, it was actually punishable by death. And what's said is what the families would do back then is they, rather than give up their tradition, they would take it underground, do it in secret and in hiding. And legend has it the family would take a candle, light it, and place it in the window. And 500 years ago, you didn't waste a candle when the sun was up in the sky, but those in the community knew that it was a signal that a Brit was happening in secret, and it was a way not only to beckon them to join in the celebration, but to let them know that despite these restrictions and hardships, our traditions continue to flourish. And so today we forget sometimes how lucky we are. We don't think twice about celebrating our traditions, but we should really stop and be grateful that we don't fear celebrating these traditions. So we're going to ask that Grandma light the candle for us.
This is all about prayer.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the responsibility of the Brit really belongs to the parents. Actually, Samantha, this is your Brit to fulfill for your son. I always like to, it's your responsibility to enter him into the covenant. I'm really here just to help you out. So I always offer you a chance to step in and bring your son into the covenant, or you can honor me with bringing him into the covenant on your behalf. I would like to honor you.
For us.
Your husband will probably if anyone's qualified, it's you. Yeah. So I'm going to ask the two of you, we welcome you to.
We welcome you to life with love. We rejoice in bringing this child into the Brit, the covenant between God and the Jewish people. Since the time of Abraham and Sarah, Jews have been called to enter the covenant. As it says in Genesis, I will establish my covenant between me and you to be God to you and to your offspring.
And read the English at the top of the next page.
We are ready to fulfill the mitzvah of circumcision as the Creator commanded us in the Torah. Throughout your generations, every male among you shall be circumcised when he is 8 days old.
Did anybody see that?
Yes.
It's good luck, right?
Yeah.
If you hit the moil.
Yeah.
Target.
You actually give them lots of credit for that.
Yeah. That's a beautiful blessing.
You have a very important job. You're going to dribble wine into your son's mouth to keep him happy through this.
We start wine very early.
That's all right. Not until 21.
So you can just keep dribbling it, okay? So I'm going to say the blessing on your behalf, and then Samantha, I'm going to have you read it in English in the middle of the page.
Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al hamilah. Amen.
Amen.
You got it in the middle of the page.
The blessed are you, Adonai our God, who rules the universe, whose mitzvah add holiness to our lives, and who gave us the mitzvah to bring our son into the covenant of Abraham, our father, and Sarah, our mother.
And then I'm going to have you repeat after me. Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam
Eloheinu melech haolam
asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav
asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav
v'tzivanu l'hachniso
livreto
shel Avraham Avinu
shel Avraham Avinu
Sarah Yemenu.
Sarai Yemenu.
Amen.
Amen.
And now that he's all finished, I'm going to ask that everybody repeat after me. Kashem, Sheneknas, Labrit, Ken, Yikanes, Torah, Uchupa, Umasim Tovim, Amen.
Amen.
This one, as he's entered.
As he has entered the covenant, so may he enjoy the blessings of Torah, Papa, and live a life devoted to pouring Maasim Tovim, good deeds.
Amen.
Amen.
So, there in Judaism, we don't do any celebration without a blessing over the sweet fruit of the vine, and so we celebrate with sweet wine. So, we're going to have his grandfather lead us in the Kiddush, and we'll join in with you. Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Take a second, pass it to Kim and Sam.
Praised are you, Adonai our God, whose sanctity fills our lives and ripens fruit on the vine. You have sanctified our beloved from the womb, establish your holy covenant throughout the generations. May devotion to the covenant continue to sustain us as a people. Blessed by the presence whose sanctity fills our lives, we give thanks for the covenant.
Amen.
Amen.
Kim, I'm going to ask that you read next. May the one.
May the one who blessed our mothers and our fathers bless this young child. Keep him from harm and suffering. May we merit to raise him and teach him, and may the deeds of his hands be faithful to all that is sacred, and his heart be a heart of wisdom, and let us say, Amen.
So Brit is actually two parts. The first part is the Brit, is the Milah, and the second part is a naming. And traditionally, we don't even call a child by his name until this very day. Do people know his name?
He's not Jewish.
Oh, okay.
Kalman.
So we don't know exactly where.
That's his name. That's his Jewish name is Kalman.
We're going to announce it in just a
Oh.
second.
No more wine for
Well, we don't know where that tradition comes from. Probably because thousands of years ago, many babies didn't make it past the first week of life to be here for this celebration. And in Judaism, only after you receive your name do all the laws and rules and traditions apply to the child. Before that, they're not required. These days, we got a little lax about this rule because we anticipate our children to be here for this moment. But certainly some of you are probably meeting him for the first time. Not only do we bestow his name upon him, we introduce him out to you and how he will be known in this world. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu kayemet hayeled ezeh la'avir limo yikarei shemo b'Yisrael Kalman ben Shmuel Yismach ha'ab yotzei chalatza v'tegel limo b'fri bitna zeh hakaton gadol yihyeh kashem sheneknas labrit ken yikanes l'Torah u'chupa u'masim tovim. Amen. How God sustain this child for his father and his mother, and let him be known in the community of Israel as Kalman, son of Shmuel and Kim. May his father rejoice in this child. May his mother rejoice in the fruit of her womb. And this little one may grow into manhood not only as a blessing to his family, but to the Jewish people and all of humanity. As he enters into the covenant, so too may enter into a life of Torah and wisdom, the blessing of a chuppah, joining together in love and partnership in his life.